Kia ora everybody and welcome back to Bruce Pulman Park here in Takanini for your boys championship semi-final here at the National Secondary School Tournament. This time, Te Wharekura o Rākau Manga taking on Westlake Boys High School and our first semi-final of the championship grade. Two more games to get through here on day two. As we see referee and our two teams just going through their last bits of preparation. See Westlake Boys in the white strip and Te Wharekura o Rākau Manga in the blue and gold. We saw Rākau Manga in action a bit early on in the day, getting up in a strong quarterfinal over Otahu College, and a few players from that game who we saw stood out. Drayton Marriott and the three jumper, as well as Tūrama Paranahi and Riley Mohi Te Wara. Couple of really standout players for that Rākau Manga side. And when you look on the flip side to Westlake Boys, the current Auckland Senior A champions in our college rugby league season. And that total came off the back of strong performances of Noah Jensen in the 6th jersey, Ezra Morgan Tafia in the fullback, and the man who no doubt a lot of people have a lot of eyes on in this matchup in the 13 jersey, Carwyn Patterson. As we saw through that exact Harold Matthews campaign we've been mentioning all weekend, Carwyn was the captain of that side, led them to victory at hooker, and this weekend will have a massive input on this Westlake Boys side in their quest to win a boys championship title here at Bruce Pulman Park, leading into day three. As we see our referee just getting through the last of his preparations. Fresh from a national premiership game at Cornwall Park is our referee Parkinson, so a massive effort for him to be back here this afternoon, giving back to our great game. As we see Westlake Boys in the white kit, going from right to left. Get us underway, and Wharekura o Rākau Manga in the blue and gold. Possibly almost not getting the first touch of the football, but they do eventually. Ashby McDonald in a dummy half, getting it away as they start working their way up the field now. Is Rākau Manga Mohi Te Wara getting his hands on the ball early. He'll get through a lot of work through this game, will Mohi Te Wara. Working their way up over the 40-metre line now is Rākau Manga Mohi Te Wara, looking at his options and decides to take it himself. They get towards the back end of their set now. Getting to Raumoko Whawasa for their last tackle kick. Morgan Tafia over there getting a great take on the football. Fresh from a Touch World Cup campaign with the Tongan Open men, so no doubt he's going to be a very nippy player to take care of, as he looks like he's picked up a bit of a niggle. And a tough task it's going to be for this Westlake side. And both for Wharekura o Rākau Manga as well, as they get through their work now. Just working their way up over the 50. As you see the ball come free. Referee Parkinson says it's a 2-on-1 strip. Not allowed to strip the ball regardless of once that second person makes contact. If they drop off in play, and the players aren't allowed to strip the ball. As you see Westlake working up the field now. A great carry there to get their set started, and they want to play off the back of that. Get the ball to Patterson. Usually a hooker at higher honours, but this time playing in the 13 jersey to get his hands on the football a bit more as they done at a dummy half. Westlake Boys look like they've gone through and struck first inside the first 3 minutes. And Westlake Boys open up the scoring here inside the first 2.5 minutes. And early on, Noah Jensen in the 19 jersey will look to add the extras here. A classy player for this Westlake boys side is Noah Jensen. Played a lot of the year at the Premier level for Point Chef, for the Point Chef Pirates as well as making the Akarana under 18 side for the National Youth Tournament come the end of the rep season. So no doubt one to watch for the future is Noah Jensen as he moves in, gets a good strike on it and it's over. A great start for Westlake boys. 6 points to 0 early up over Te Wharekura o Rakomanga. And going to be a big effort here for the Rakomanga boys to get themselves back up after leaking early points. Going to need to look to the likes of the Paranihis and the Marriotts other side to get the boys back up and firing for the slash as they can't get it on the first take, but they get it on the second and working their way back up the field now is Westlake. A cheeky little leg grab there that doesn't affect the play of the ball there from Rakomanga. Another great carry here and getting them up towards the 30-metre line of their own end, and Noah Jensen just dropping under his back roller there. Playing with a great piece of structure here and a great carry to carry on their set through Opu Ariki. Bit tangled up in the tackle there was multiple players, and Patterson getting them up towards the 50-metre line now. And just trying to scab an extra few metres for his liking as well as Carlin Patterson. So referee Parkinson sends him back. You can just see in his little debates with the referees, a very smart player as Luke Lemalu comes back in to finish off the set, and Noah Jensen will get to their kick. No doubt will probably hold up in the wind. And it ends up in the hands of Tahu Apiata. As winger on the outside of him, Parnell Walker finds some space and just doesn't have to get himself to ground, and they'll work their way over the halfway line and just drifting across the field is Talon Paniora. And Tahu Apiata just getting through some more work he is at the moment and earning himself a penalty for it. It was a great carry to get them up over the halfway line for Tahu Apiata. And just a bit of a late effort there from the Westlake defence. We'll see Wharekura o Rakomanga work their way back up the field now. Starting their set on their 20-metre line. And we'll get back underway through Tahu Apiata, finding his back rower and Wharekura. Got through a lot of work in their quarter-final against Otago College as well. As you see them work back towards the middle of the field through Kopara. Just over the 10-metre line now, and they'll want to go to the right, and that's where they go to Paranahi, who plays at the back to Paniora. Straight to Marriott, front on by Noah Jensen, who is not that little for your typical halfback, as they're going to work back towards the middle now, and Paranahi finds Corliss, settles the attack. And just looking at their options now, Paranahi was swinging around to the blind side, but doesn't quite get the option he wants. Mohi Te Wara goes close. Ashby McDonald plays at the back to Fawasa. Thanks to grab her in behind the line. Looks like a good option here. And Westlake will just take it dead there. Through to Koha Tapine. And now Rakomanga will get a fresh set of 6 down the centre of the field. No doubt this dropout might hold up in the wind, and it kind of does. Jason Marriott can't quite get to it. Westlake get a hold of it, and they get the ball back at the goal line dropout. A great take there from Luke Lemalu, and now they're drifting across the field as Westlake boys. Gonna just want to keep working up the field as this Westlake side, and finding some space in behind the Rakomanga markers there. And a great quick play the ball there, off the back of that. Makes to go to Patterson and takes it himself. Does Connor Peters. Patterson filling in at dummy half now, and they go right to Jensen. He digs it over the defensive line. Finds a bit of space in behind Parnell Walker, and they just dive on it, and they're going to start their set 5 metres out from their own line now. A lot of work here for Arakomanga to do, and just as we say that, they get a penalty. The Westlake defence just a bit too early on that instance, preventing any chance of Arakomanga getting out of their own end. And just as we say that, they don't find touch on the kick, and Westlake get the ball back in the Arakomanga half. Just moving back towards the middle of the field now. They find Patterson through the middle, taking it himself. A bit of high contact there, but the referee's okay with that. They go left to Jensen. Jensen will take it deep to the line, play out the back to Opuariki, and it doesn't quite get to hand. Doesn't quite get to hand of our Westlake outside backs. And looks as though it's going to be a Arakomanga scrum. Maybe even a play the ball since it's gone out. So a great option there for Westlake. Trying to find Vial on the right, on the left edge of their attack, just doesn't quite get to hand. As we see Jaurangi Ashby McDonald. Ashby McDonald just getting it 10-2. Looks like there's a bit of a hint of either a shoulder or an elbow injury, so hopefully Coach Orokihi can take care of that one and have him fit and ready to go leading into tomorrow afternoon's action. As we get time back on, and Rakamanga working their way back up the field now. Some great line pressure there from Westlake, starting their set down the centre of the field. And some great leg footwork there from Tahu Apiata. Gets him through the first line of defence, but a great stop there from Westlake, and Fawasa gets towards, drifting across the field a little bit. Trying to find a quick play the ball, but doesn't quite get it on that occasion. And they'll work back towards the middle of the field now through Wharakura. Marriott filling in at dummy half now and gets the ball away to Kōpara. Looks as though Marriott might have found himself back in his more natural position as a hooker. And he darts out at dummy half, takes it himself, a bit of a dummy. And that's the end of their set there. Maybe not quite the option that halfback Paranahi would have wanted leading in towards the back end of their set. But for Westlake, it'll be a great place to start as we cross the halfway mark of this first half here in the championship semi-final between Westlake boys taking on Wharekura o Rakomanga. Still no points scored after that first try early on in the first 3 minutes to Westlake. And another great carry there with Westlake just slowly working their way up the field. Doesn't quite hold on to the football and comes up with an error. Not what Te Koha Tapine would have wanted. Trying to get their way back up the field, so Wharekura o Rakomanga will just try and execute as much as they can here. Since we've crossed the halfway mark of the first half now, they want to start executing and get towards the back end of this first half on a high. As we see them work off the scrum through Mohi Tuara, finds Paranahi, who gets it off to Paniora. And could have been a hint of a high contact there, but the referee allows it to continue, and Marriott finds himself back in the middle of the field. Mohi Tuara settling the attack there through the middle. They get it away to Kawariki, Rawiri. Marriott, they go right. Paranahi feeds it away to Marcus Corliss. Trying to get to a quick play the ball, and Corliss does. Marriott darts out a dummy half. Manages to go about 5 metres short of the try line here. There's Marriott and Paranahi in at dummy half. Gets it away to Mohi Tuara. Finds Fawasa. Fawasa jinking and driving, doesn't quite get it away. Bit of a Hail Mary offload and gets it away to Paniora. And a Hail Mary kick to go with it as well. Paranahi regathers. But a few chasers in front of that one. And they give away a penalty on that instance. That's for a few chasers in front of that one. There from the Rakomanga boys. So Westlake boys high. A great way to finish that defensive set. Camped up the centre of the field for a long time, and no doubt they want to work their way back up and towards the Rakomanga half, and that's a point to the board. A bit of a Hail Mary offload to Luke Lemalu. And probably just need to play a bit of safe football here and not overplay their hand. Starting to work their way out towards the halfway markers as Westlake boys. A slower play the ball. Jensen feeds it off. And some big contact there from Tionuru Watini. As well as Wharakura on that one as well. And they go right. Opuariki drops in his back row and Taina Thompson as well. Just crossing over the halfway mark now. And some great bit of eyes on football here for Westlake boys. I play down the short side to Carlin Patterson and he'll think it through. And it's just going to roll over the sideline there. Whether Rakomanga got a play at it or not. Looks as though it's going to be a Rakomanga play. The ball 10 metres out from their own try line. As the clouds look like they're starting to pack in a little bit now, and you still see that hint of wind around. And a good carry to start their set here for Winnie Kiddo. Want to get a quick play the ball here, and they play off the back of that as well. Another great carry there for Tahu Apiata. And Riley Mohi Te Wara just can't get a hold on it, and they're gonna have a fresh set of 6. They go right down the left-hand side. Devante Vaiao manages to stay in the field of play. A bit of off-the-cuff football from Westlake boys. But they go into score and extend their lead. Westlake boys 10 over Wharekura o Rakomanga 0. Just a bit of ad-lib football there off the back of an error from Riley Mui Te Wara. Just playing their chances and seeing what they could come up with was Westlake boys. They find some space out on the left-hand side of their attack and then work their way up the field and add points on the board. A great effort there from Devante Vaiao to finish it off. Had to beat a couple of defenders on his way to finishing that one, as we see Te Koha Tapine looking to add the extras from the sideline now. As Tapine moves into trying to add the extras to that one, the wind just pushed it across. And it looked like there was a last little push from the wind as it got towards the post, so it goes across the front. And Westlake boys as we head into the last 3.5 minutes of this first half of our championship semi-final between Westlake boys and Te Wharekura o Rakomanga. 10 points to 0, Westlake lead. As we get back underway through the boot of Fawasa, holds up a little bit. Westlake allow it to bounce, and it manages to just go into touch. So Rakomanga gonna get a full set. A full set of ball down the Westlake boys high end of the field, exactly what they would want leading into the halftime break. A great chance for them to execute here and put some points on the board as we get towards the last 2.5 minutes. Akamanga will just want to try and execute as much as they can before we head into the last few minutes of this matchup here. As we take a quick update look at the other semi-final of the championship grade. As Nahi Apiata goes close. Simon filling in at dummy half. And a quick update on the other semi-final. James Cook High School 6 points to nil up early over Whangarei boys over on field 2. We'll keep you updated on the other semi-final as the games go on. But Marriott filling in at dummy half. Paranahi feeds it on to Levi Simon. And some big contact there. And a bit of extra passion to go with it as well from Westlake. Paranahi onto Fawasa. Plays out the back to Paniora and a cut-out pass. Doesn't quite get to hand of the Rakomanga outside backs. Referee Parkinson rules that it goes forward. So Westlake boys managed to hold on and hold out the Rakomanga attack. And heading into the halftime break with not long left on the clock, Westlake boys will count themselves lucky, giving away an error down this end of the field. And now they'll just have to hold on to the footy. Just not overplay their hand heading into halftime. As we see Opuaruki about to feed the scrum. Here for Westlake boys. And working their way back up the field now. A great play the ball there. Just getting their way closer towards the 30-metre line now. Ball comes free from Luke Lemalu. And just manages to lose control of it. So Rakamanga are going to have to move quickly here in order to try and put some points on the board if they want to have any chance of doing that. But to do any chance of that, they're probably going to have to be on the right mark first. So referee Parkinson directing them on where to go. But Akamanga, as we head into the halftime break shortly, not too many more seconds left on the clock. Marriott off the back of the scrum. Bankston in behind the Westlake boys defensive line. Goes close, but not quite close enough, and Adam Watson will just take the ball there. And as we head into the halftime break of this boys championship semi-final at the National Secondary Schools Tournament, Westlake boys 10 points to nil leaders at the moment over Te Wharekura o Rakomanga. We'll take a quick break, and not too far away we'll recap the action and bring you the second half here from Bruce Pulman Park.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
This is some story right here. It's glorious. It's an absolute feast.
Tangata whenua Aotearoa e tū, e te tai tokerau e tū, Hokianga kuikui e tū. New Zealand stand up, this is our time.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, as the action is back underway here in the Boys Championship semi-final between Westlake Boys High and Te Wharekura o Rakomanga. Westlake taking a 10-0 lead into half-time. And a great start we already see from Westlake Boys. One up over the halfway line, and a great carry at a dummy half there from Noah Lee. Watson filling in at dummy half, finds Patterson, who plays short onto Jaden Misi. And they want to start getting themselves organised, and towards the back end of the set, they play left to Noah Jensen, who cuts it out wide. A great cut-out pass there from Noah Jensen to Luke Lemalu. And it looks as though he's gone over Westlake Boys in the first minute 30 of the second half. A great cut-out pass there from Noah Jensen. Lemalu taking the right option out on that right edge of the Rakomanga defence. And they strike first. 14-0 early on in the second half here of the Boys Championship semi-final. As we see Noah Jensen just moving in to try and add the extras on that one. It goes close, but not so close. Not close enough as we see Westlake Boys extending lead out to 14-0. In that second half of the Boys Championship semi-final here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament. And as we take a quick look at the current score in the other championship semi-final, James Cook just crossed over the backfield, as we can see. 14-0 currently over Whangarei Boys. And just as we get back underway, a penalty at the kickoff against Rakomanga, offside at the kickoff. And after giving points away, that'll be a coach killer there. Not what they'd be wanting to give away after leaking points early on in the first 3 minutes. So Westlake Boys with another great opportunity here to work their way back up the field. And they play right to Patterson. Off to Opuariki, who drops under his back row and just simplifies where they need to play. Noah Lee in at dummy half, gets it away to Patterson, plays early to Noah Jensen, and they drop back under the back row on the other side, and Quinn Opuariki. A great simple game plan here from Westlake boys, just sifting the Rakomanga defence across both sides of the field, and they play out the back. No, they don't. Carwyn Patterson plays short. He plays short at the line, and it looks as though the pass will be good. Westlake boys strike again on the board off the back of a great pass there from Carwyn Patterson. Just shifting the Rakomanga defence from edge to edge, and then as they shaped up to go back to the right, instead of playing out the back, he plays short, catches the Rakomanga defence napping, and Westlake boys strikes twice in the first 5 minutes. 18 points to nil. They lead over the Rakomanga side. And you could just tell off the back of that attacking set there from Westlake boys as Noah Jensen moves in and adds the extras, which takes the lead of 20 points to nil. That was a really great attacking set there from Westlake boys. Just a very simplified game plan. Dropping both back rows under, getting to a point where they needed to. Seeing what option presented for Carwyn Patterson to play through. And they took it there. Adding another 6 points to the board as we get back underway now. Holds up in the win, but manages to get on it, and a great piece of footwork there from TK Tapine. Manages to break through a couple of would-be tacklers and another one as well through Mohi Te Wara. But doesn't quite hold on to the football. A great piece of footwork there from Te Koha Tapine. And then just as he gets to the last point of contact there with Riley Mohi Te Wara, just doesn't quite hold on to the football. And Rakomanga with their first piece of attack here in the second half. Nearly at the pointy end of the day two here at the National Secondary Schools Tournament. Got one more boys championship game to get through, 4-hour day. And then we'll wrap it up for day two and be back here tomorrow morning to do it all again for one last day of secondary schools rugby league here in New Zealand, as Westlake boys just giving away an unnecessary penalty there for a dangerous tackle. As we see, Drayton Marriott just trying to find touch there, manages to find it eventually. As we take a look at the game that we'll see next up. On field one with us, it'll be Tokoroa High School taking on Hamilton Boys next up at 4 p.m. And a bit of an error there from Rakomanga. Not what we would have wanted to see. Oh! And that's definitely not what we want to see at this end of the tournament. And a bit of argy-bargy here between both sides. And going to be crucial here for referee Parkinson to make sure he deals with this correctly so that we get the best outcome for the game as well. As we see referee Parkinson call over the skipper and Noah Jensen, as well as possibly one of the players involved in a little bit of a scuffle here. And Jaden Messi for Westlake Boys High School will spend the remainder of the game on the sideline. And we're having a chat with Riley Mohi Te Wara for Rakomanga as well, and he will also spend the remainder of the game on the sideline as well. Not what we want to see at the pointy end of the tournament here in the boys championship grade. And a great way to control the process here from our referee and make sure that we take the action that we see necessary. So, a penalty here for Wharekura o Rakomanga. And we'll see Drayton Marriott just try and find touch on that one, which he does so. 28 metres out from the Westlake boys try line. And big first up contact there, as you would expect after a bit of argy-bargy. Great effort there from Jacob Ludlow for Westlake boys. Winnie Kire coming in to take a carry as well. And it's going to be crucial here for both sides to make sure they're able to control their aggression here. And another crucial penalty there for Rakomanga. Just a late effort there in the tackle from those couple of for Westlake boys defenders, rather. As we see, the Rakomanga boys just deciding that they're going to tap. Kōpara getting their set started as they work up towards the 10-metre line away from this Westlake try line. Paniora plays short to Kawariki Rawiri. Leaves a couple of defenders in his way. Can marry it in a dummy half. Probably going to find a bit of space in behind this defence, and he finds Paranahi. Steps late at the line, finds Corliss, who finds Fawasa. Ends up finding Wharekura out on this right edge as well. And Winnie Kire tries to go down the blind side from his winger. Doesn't quite get there in the end. A great reach out, great effort there to reach out. And from dummy half, doesn't quite get to the hands of Kōpara or anyone. Ends up at the hands of Westlake boys. And not what Rakomanga would have wanted. An extra push there from Kōpara, and play's going to be allowed to continue here. Noah Jensen just taking a tackle there and not wanting to overplay their hand. Go Gary there coming in through Watson, and they're just wanting to work their way back up the field now. Cowan Patterson. Great way to break off the first contact there from Patterson. Just swinging their way back up the field now, and a great tackle there from Raumoko Fawasa. And Paranahi just completing the tackle there, and Jensen will just get to their kick. Allows it to bounce on the end goal, and it's going to roll dead, so Rakomanga will get a seven tackle set. Coming out of their own end now, and going to be crucial that they use these 7 tackles right if they want to have any chance of progressing on to Grand Finals football come tomorrow afternoon as we cross the halfway mark of the second half here in this championship semi-final. Paranahi in that dummy half, feeds it away to Tahu Apiata. Great work on defence there from Nico Opoariki to get the job done. And they come away this time to Parnell Walker. Just getting themselves up towards and a bit of extra effort there in the ruck there from Jet Jameson. Just needed to give him space to play the ball. And it seems as though there's been a bit of extra passion come into this game here. As we hear, sounds like the ball ending up on our roof over here. I'm going to try and steal it and take it home with me as we get play back underway. This time to Huirawiri getting our tackle set. Up over the halfway line, and they find Kōpara working back towards the middle of the park. It's going to be crucial here with a lot of the extra passion starting to come into the game. That Noah Jensen on the Westlake boys side and the likes of Tūrama Paranahi and the man filling in at dummy half at the moment, Drayton Marriott, to really control their sides. As we see Marriott with a great dart out of dummy half, finding his front and wanting to get a quick play the ball off the back of that, and so he does. Paranahi playing off the back of that too. A good carry from him, but doesn't quite break through the defence. They want to get to a good completion here, and they find Paniora out on the left. He plays at the back to Fawasa. Fawasa looks at his options. Finds Sahu Apiatu, who goes close. He's going to go close to the line here, but can't quite get over. And great defense there from Westlake boys. Just with managing to withhold the pressure that Akamanga threw at them. As well as the Akamanga boys starting to play a bit more aggressively in this last 10 minutes of the semi-final as well. Westlake just trying to creep a few extra metres off the mark. A great tackle there from Marcus Corlison and Leyland Kopara. Opuariki gets rid of the football and finds Noah Lee, who finds Nico Opuariki. And they're going to find Carlin Patterson now when he gets to an early kick. Just trying to use the wind, but doesn't quite get the 40-20 that he wants. The idea was there from Patterson, trying to make the most of the wind and behind him. Just doesn't quite get it the length that he needs to. And Rakomanga with 6.5 minutes left on the clock. If they want to have any chance of manning a comeback, then they're probably going to need to start going now. As we see them starting to set themselves back up. Working their way back up the field. Big first up contact there for Westlake boys. Great work there from Carwin Patterson. However, just a bit of a high contact there from the Westlake boys side. Patterson just trying to have a bit of extra debate there with referee Parkinson, but not having a bar of it. As Marriott tries to find touch on this one, but doesn't quite find touch, and it ends up in the hands of Westlake boys. Big contact there from Tudama Paranihi. Bit of a wonky play the ball there for Westlake, but it's acceptable enough to carry on, and they're going to start working towards the middle of the field now as Westlake boys start settling the attack. Noah Jensen flips to the blind side, and that's where they go. Down the left-hand side through Vaiao. Gets the offload back inside to Luke Lemalu. Westlake boys. They strike again. Down the left-hand side. Exposing the right-hand side defense of Rakomanga. You could just see that when Noah Jensen flipped back to the blind side. You can definitely tell he's the key player. As number 19, Noah Jensen. They went back there. A great cut-out pass. And Devante Vaiel gets a great offload to Luke Lemalu. And they extend their lead 24 points to 0. As we get inside the last 5 minutes of this semi-final here in the championship grade of the National Secondary Schools Tournament, we take a quick look to the other score. The score of the Amasili final will win this boys championship grade as Noah Jensen moves in. Doesn't quite get it over the uprights. So Westlake boys will hold on to a 24 points to 0 lead. Heading into the last 4 minutes of this matchup here. And we look at the other semi-final on the backfield over there. James Cook High School currently holding a 14 points to 10 lead over Whanganei Boys High School as we see our game get back underway. And Westlake boys just want to settle the game out here now. With one hand on the grand final spot, no doubt they want to not overplay their hand, just finish the game off safely and finish it off and rest up for tomorrow afternoon's grand final. And a bit of a costly error there for Westlake boys. Definitely not what they would have needed at this point of the game. But with the result well and truly gone. And the semi-final here between Westlake boys and Wharekura or Rakomanga. Rakomanga will definitely just be looking to Finish off the game on a high. Get some points on the scoreboard. And finish off the day with a bit of a confidence booster heading into day 3 of the tournament. One more game to get through after this in our boys championship grade. Tokoroa High School taking on Hamilton Boys in our next matchup at 4 p.m. And off the back of the scrum, doesn't quite go to hand from Drayton Marriott to Fawasa. And they'll end up back in their own half. Just starting to work back up over the halfway now. Drayton Marriott finds Epapata. Tahu Apiata breaks over the first contact, gets an offload away to Talon Paniora. Doesn't quite get past the defense of Westlake Boys, but a great space finder and a great way to get them some yards as Corliss works back up the field. Sorry, Kawariki Rawari. And Marriott filling in at dummy half. They go blind again. Tahu Apiata has been busy for the Snakomanga side. He goes close. Doesn't quite get there, but leading into last tackle, they want to get their options right. They play back to the open. Paniora to Falwasa. Finds Surama Paranahi. There's a space in behind there, and that's where he goes. A great kick, but doesn't quite get to Winnie Kere. And it goes touch and goal, and we're heading back out to the 20. A 7-tackle set here for Westlake. And inside the last 90 seconds now, they'll probably want to march back up the field and extend the lead a little bit more. A great game here from Westlake Boys so far to find themselves on the front foot as they're starting to march back up the field. A great find there from Noah Jensen playing off the back of that. And a great dummy there. Out of dummy half from Connor Peters. He's finds some space. Doesn't quite get to the line. Cohen Patterson filling in at dummy half. There's space out to the right-hand side of their defense, and that's where Jensen goes. A cut-out pass to Lemalu, and he just dots it down like that. And as we go inside the last minute, Westlake Boys dot down yet again through some smarts there from not only Connor Peters, but off the back of some great play from Cohen Patterson and Noah Jensen. They strike yet again on the board. And Westlake Boys, 28 points to 0. And they'll head through to tomorrow's championship grand final, where, as we take a look at the other result from the other semi-final, as we hear the who to go in the background, Westlake Boys with a kick to come here to possibly add the extras. As we patiently await Westlake to try and add the extras to their conversion. It looks good. And it goes over. Westlake Boys taking the victory in the semi-final, 30 points to 0. As we blow full time on that one, Westlake Boys progress through to the grand final of the championship grade tomorrow afternoon, where they will meet James Cook High School in a repeat of this season's College Senior A final in the Auckland comp. That'll take place tomorrow. One more game to get through here at the National Secondary Schools Day 2. Tokoroa High taking on Hamilton Boys High School, not too far away here at Bruce Pulman Park.